What do you know that I don't know about match betting? Can you summarize it? The mentorship. Are we going to be placing bets apart from horses, horse system, and sports system?
Yeah, you'll learn how to find your own non-promo bets, and there's so many different styles of non-promo betting you can be doing.
I said like, hey, what are your thoughts after 1 month of mentorship? And he said, I only made 7K. I should have made 10. And I was like, when I read I only made 7K, I'm like, dude, you made more than 95% of Australians, I don't know, like in a month.
Have made ever in betting.
Like the standards are so high that even making 7K is only making 7K.
Yeah. He's moved to Australia 6 years ago. Loves the hustle. He's been into absolutely everything. At the end of the day, it's guys like him who are going to be making all the money.
So this is Maro. You're going to hear more about him in a second. But just in case you're wondering, this little snippet was taken out of the full mentorship program vlog, where myself and Lenny went up to the Gold Coast on May 8 to onboard 2 members. The mentorship program is the absolute top line service here at the system. If you're someone who's wanting to take your match betting to the highest level possible with that one-on-one help, one-on-one mentoring, then that's what you should be aiming for. We have members making anywhere from 5K all the way up to 40,000 or more per month. If you want to watch the entire vlog, I'd actually encourage you to watch the vlog before coming back to this conversation. If you've already watched the vlog, here's a deeper insight into Maro and what he's about to achieve with us. Maro is a genuine legend, and I can guarantee you'll learn something from this chat. Enjoy.
Well, give me the rundown yourself. What's the story, match betting or not? Kind of give me the story outside of match betting.
Outside of match betting, so I started.
How old are you?
Sorry?
How old are you?
30.
30.
Recently, yeah.
And you moved to Australia?
Moved to Australia 6 years ago.
Yep. Why was that?
I came here to do my master's.
Yeah, okay.
So I was between the US and Australia, but then it was just when I found out that Australia you could work and study,
Yep.
like legally, whereas in the US
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
next stop, Australia. So I came to Brisbane, did my master's while working.
Yep.
Worked in a GYG, like the normal, let's say, study life, immigration, all good. It was good because I came from like a bubble type of, let's say,
In Colombia?
yeah, not like a rich
What area
family.
were you live
Bogota, the capital.
Yeah.
So let's say my family always did good. Again, not rich people, like.
Yep.
But it was like a bubble. Always to the best school, the best university, everything. Coming here, and like taking out like the reality of what's actually like labor and things like that. It's pretty good, pretty good life experience. Then COVID hit. Because when I finished my master, the idea was to start working on my profession, like on my career.
In
But-
Australia?
Yeah. Because once you finish the master, you get like 2 years of a visa. So to work and do a little bit more. And COVID hit, so nobody was hiring. So I had to stay on the restaurant. And then at that time, I did a lot of crypto.
Yep.
Was doing extremely good until it wasn't. Until basically I even thought about retiring. You know, like the typical thing of.
Yeah.
I remember that I was like, I don't know, up 20 grand or something, and I was like, I can live off of this.
Keep doing this.
This is great. And then I had like the hard reality of, as soon as it comes, it goes even faster.
Yeah.
And I started trying to chase losses and then leveraging, and
It just
No.
turns to shit.
just gave me a lot of experiences that didn't happen this time. I still believe in that technology and everything, but not as the same rushing type of thing. Just as I'm thinking that potentially it's a really good thing of the future, but to be intelligent and self when needed. So even before all this hype happened,
Yep.
like, I don't know, 3 months ago, I had maybe, I don't know, 2K or 3K, whatever I had, and I sold it. Because I was like, I know what happened 4 years ago, that it starts doing like this and you think you're going to
You
do
think you know what you're
reach.
doing.
Yeah, I was happy and seeing everyone on Twitter when it was crashing, when it was pumping. I didn't care because I was fine.
Yep.
So that was my, let's say, crypto story. But back then I was like, oh, I should be doing this because I was doing Twitch full time.
Yep.
I even had like a contract with Microsoft for their streaming platform, which was really good. That was like that was just before COVID.
Yeah.
Like the year before COVID. So I was doing really good. Then I started like having a good audience. I don't know, 700 people, 500 people per stream. It was good. Until more until more competition came. Basically, I was like the only one doing my thing, or not the only one, but the best one at least, doing my explaining how to make coins and that.
Yeah.
Until more people came, So in Latin America, Argentinians are too fan of other Argentinians. Mexicans are too fan of other Mexicans. So once Mexicans and Argentinians came to do the same thing, I lost my power basically. Plus, I would have to wake up like at 3 a.m. here because of the time zone. Then it was just not profitable anymore. It was just like I stopped liking even playing the game.
Yeah.
It sucked
Yeah.
because it was work and it was not like enjoyable work.
Yeah.
Just things that you had to do. And then it was just a matter of finding a job. I found like my first office job here in Australia. That was like an insurance when there was like Brisbane floods and that. And then I got the call for this data role, and have been there for a bit over a year.
Yep.
I've always loved data. My favorite movie is Moneyball, the one with Brad Pitt, and it's about baseball. So basically, it's how they use the statistical analysis to build a cheap but good team.
Yep.
And based on that movie, I started. This is 2018, 2017, just on uni. My grad project for uni was actually 2 statistical models that would determine the outcome of a soccer game. And it was quite good because it had 79% accuracy.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty decent.
Yep.
I've always loved the idea of beating the house. Not necessarily gambling, but just beating them, because I think they suck.
Yep.
Like casinos, they're too. I've seen people lose a lot of money on the casinos, and then,
Yep.
like I hate that. A sports book is basically the same.
Yep.
So if we're able to take money from them that they're taking from other people that are just desperate or whatever, I'm more than happy to break a bookie. So I've always liked the idea of beating the house. Even when I was like 15, I started like counting cards. Like I could do like a whole deck really quickly.
Yeah. Have you taken it to a casino ever?
No, because in casinos you cannot do it anymore. They have a machine that automatically shuffles.
Yeah. In Australia, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not possible.
In the States, you can though. Some.
I was in Vegas, but the only one in which I saw had 2 decks, and counting on 2 decks is really
Yeah.
hard because of the true count.
Yeah.
You would need like 5 or 6, otherwise they shuffle and. So yeah, but again, the same idea of beating the house,
Yeah.
just beating them. Yeah. Betting wise. November last year, I was with my family in Sydney. They came here
Yep.
from Colombia, my dad and my mom. I live with my brother, like my brother lives also in
So
Brisbane.
where do you live? Brisbane.
Yeah, in Brisbane. My brother came after, like, sometime, like 6 months after me or something. But,
Yep.
well, basically, dad and mom came here, and we were in Sydney, and one of my good mates in Canada, he texted me like, hey, take a look at this group. And it was like a sports betting group. They were doing one of those ladder challenges. You start with 20 and you try to get to 1K.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's great. I mean, that we're only risking 20. Let's go.
Yeah.
And we started doing that. Like the first 4 bets, he won. And we were up like, let's say 150.
Yeah.
Next bet, you lose everything because
You lose the whole of it. Yeah.
it's dumb. So with that, we started meeting like another mate of him. And then we started like a little, I don't know, not like a little community between like us and just chatting about the games. And we started doing NBA. I love basketball. I used to play in high school. So I started betting on NBA. We did a degenerate strategy, which was basically we got like a list from one of those tipsters.
Yep.
They had, I don't know, 7 games. We bet the 7 games. So we started with $200. 200 divided by 7, that would be for the bets.
Yep.
Next day, whatever amount we had, if it's good, if it's positive, if it's negative, let's say if we won $100, then next day we'd do 300 divided by the amount of bets we had, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Okay.
It's interesting. Not saying it works, but it's gambling. However, we always insured our bets with an inverse parlay.
Yeah.
So if it was 7 bets, the worst result we could get was 1 win, 6 losses.
Yeah.
But if the 7 of them lost, then we still won because we would be betting a multi with the 7 results.
Yeah. Okay.
And so on and so forth. We never got to 0.
Yeah.
We got to $2,000, and I was like, this is great. If we started with 200, we'll go to 2,000, and then now with 2,000, we'll go to 20,000.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that because then you just need 2 bad days and
Everything's gone. Yeah.
so everything was done. And then nonetheless, I started like doing it, found another group on Instagram or like Facebook, YouTube,
Yeah.
those ones. It was, well, I don't remember the name, but basically they started posting like multis, 3 legs, 1 leg fails,
Yep.
so on. And I was like, okay, this makes sense.
Yep.
But how do I turn out my bonuses? Did a little bit of YouTube search, found some other like strategies to turn them out, but I was doing like 65, 70%. Then I guess my YouTube algorithm recommended you guys because I was searching some match betting. Not that I was doing great. I wasn't losing money with the other guy. He was good, but he was just promo obviously like every single day, 3 promos. I got banned from better. I think I made maybe $500, let's say. But I lost my sports bet, I lost my blue bet, I lost my better. So it was like, okay, now what do I do? Because that's when I found you guys. I found you guys better less. I still had sports bet. But the first day of the system, I lost sports bet because of course I had done so many promos lately. Literally I was doing 3 leg, 1 leg fails, multi sports bet had, I was doing it. So yeah, I made, let's say, I don't know, 1K, but then it was that.
Yeah.
I couldn't do more. Then discovered the deposit bonuses. Pretty good with those. I think only been banned once from those ones, but it's because I think one bonus won.
Yeah.
And it was like a really random bookie. I think that's a cheat code for anyone like building a little bit of bankroll.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
That's just like grabbing a list and
Going
get
through
2
them.
grand.
Yeah.
Literally, like I know you need bet for capacity,
Yeah.
but if you have a little bit, even with small
Free
bets,
control,
it's just great. So yeah, that was pretty much
So what's your lifetime match betting profit at?
2.2 right now.
Yep.
It was a 2.6. Well, depends because I still have like a DGen account for fun. Literally, that's money that's not even in Australia. That's crypto money that's on a stake.
Yep.
Like the online casino.
Yeah.
Sports betting as well. That my mate he controls because of the time zones.
Yeah.
I cannot place bets at 3 a.m. in the morning. Won't wake up for that. So without counting that, I would be like at 1.7 matched betting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Only had 1 ban, but I realized why, which was One Bet Nation, which means 4 bookies. But it was because I only placed the promos. So I deposited, got the promo matches, and did 10, like on a Sunday, did 10 races, but all promos.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah,
hit
no,
anything
yeah,
else. I didn't even withdraw. One horse won,
Yep.
but the others all lost. But then out of the blue, 5 days after, I got like we're sorry, but you're banned basically. And I was like, okay, this is why.
Now, in saying that, you've obviously tried and experimented with little different things in betting, but you've only made, what, 2K?
Yeah.
Roughly there. Why have you decided to jump into the mentorship? Like, it's obviously a fair investment. What's the kind of reasoning behind that?
I've always been a firm believer that things pay off themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that the knowledge I have is great. It's good. It's in a good place. However, there was once I saw an interview of Mr. Beast, the YouTuber. He said that having a mentor was having a cheat code.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm hearing, like having a cheat code, because then I won't make the same mistakes that I made. I'd be able to, okay, if I know this and now I know this, then this is like the whole thing that I mean. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've spoken with other members that have been here and they're like, dude, it's just like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I guess also trust.
Yep.
I think the majority of it, it's actually trust. I trust you guys have good intentions. I trust you guys are here to...
What makes you trust us?
When you speak, it's just like smart people, like, I guess similar interests. You're not here showing off a 15 leg multi saying that, oh, this is our worst week on the punt and we only made 15 units. No, I mean, we lost and that's fine. I don't know, whatever, 2 weeks ago we didn't profit on the sports system. We had heaps of bonuses. I don't look at that as something bad. That means my bet for is now possibly going to get a little bit more money unless a horse wins. But if a horse wins, I'm making more money because I'm converting at whatever amount. So yeah, I just try to find the good positive things and not worry about the noise and everything.
So would you say trust in the company or trust in like me or JP?
No, the company itself, like everyone.
So it kind of all flows together.
When I had my first call, it was with Tom.
Yeah.
Then I had one with JP, which was just when I got my sports banned.
Yeah.
It was like a bad day on the system, more or less. Like,
Yeah.
well, bad, you know what I mean? Like, not profitable,
Yeah.
let's say. And he opened like calls the next Sunday. I was like, I'll give him a call to see
Yeah.
what I should do with this
Yeah.
sports bet issue. That's when he mentioned the sports system, and I was like, okay, I'll jump in.
Yeah.
That week I jumped into the sports system, and since then, I guess my sports system experience has been great. Sometimes I still feel frustrated that the try is never scored. Like, I don't know anything about these sports.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
You don't know. You don't know AFL
yeah,
and NRL.
I didn't. In NRL, I just saw like the state of origin.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it's just guys slamming each other, trying to rush forward.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. So
I follow AFL.
Yeah, I
That's what I play.
I don't understand
Yeah.
NRL. So it's just like when I see like random like a try score, I'm like, fuck, this is the same as a goal score in football,
Yeah.
which might be hard, but I mean, I don't know anything, so I'll just follow through.
Yeah.
And then for the AFL, I started watching some games, found it interesting. Still don't know the rules 100%,
Yeah.
but I think they're just like, it's cool because they're just like athletes, dude. Those guys are just literally like athletes.
That's the sport I play. I played the sport my whole life.
Oof. Jesus, that's like those dudes are, and they jump and they run, and I don't know how they get
Running 15 k's a game, sprinting, jumping, tackling, kicking,
That's
handball. Yeah.
literally athletes. So on those ones, still I mean get frustrated in the good sense. It's like, oh fuck, we only missed 2 disposals, you know, like we're almost close to hitting a 6 odds or something. But it is what it is. I mean, eventually I know that 30 weeks down the road, the number will be higher.
Yeah.
That's better. I'm still keeping units at 50,
Yep.
not increasing them yet. I remember that when I spoke with JP, he said keep them on 50 for now.
Yeah, nice. Run me through your bankroll situation.
Right now I have 5K on the bookies.
Yep. And what do you have in like savings outside of that?
I'd say around the other 5K that I could like deposit.
Yep.
Maybe, no. I mean, I could reach for more, but then it's
Yeah.
just like a partner situation as well, and we need to talk. And it's,
Yeah.
I know we know that it's an
Girlfriend or?
investment. Yeah.
Yeah.
She supports me 100%,
Yeah.
like 200%. But she's more conservative with
Yeah.
like the money,
Yeah.
which is understandable. I'm more taking risks, but it's interesting that this counts as a risk when it's not really a risk, but it can be seen as risk because
Yeah.
try explaining this to another person. Like I tried explaining it to my brother, and he was like, I don't understand what you're saying. And I'm like, it's hard, but however, we have the edge in this position. The bookies don't have the edge. We should come out like on the top in a really long time range.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
But then he just wouldn't like, he doesn't get it how it's not gambling,
Yeah.
how it's like different. But again, my partner, she supports me 100%. So
Did you tell your brother and your partner what you paid for the mentorship?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are their thoughts on that?
they opened their eyes. But then again, it's interesting because we say, I mean, I came here to do a master's. So if you count this as education, this might bring me even more revenue than what my master's brought me.
Yeah.
And my master's was many times more than the cost of this.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's just a positive spend, something that I know that it will be fruitful,
Yeah.
even if it takes 3 months, 6 months. One thing that crypto taught me was don't wait for money, like get rich quick, get poor quick as well. Like the fastest you get rich, the fastest you lose all your money.
Yeah.
So now I know everything. It's like a process. Even I started with $10 units. The day I changed to $20 units, it was like a non-profitable day, but it was like, okay, I mean,
I've made progress.
exactly.
Yeah.
The next one, it was profitable, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I made $200 today.
Yeah.
So it's cool. And then I started thinking like, okay, I'm making maybe 1K a month, more or less.
Yeah.
If I can, I mean, I didn't count with that 1K 3 months ago. Now I have it.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, now I can do a little bit more hobbies. I can, I don't know,
Yeah.
help my partner. I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's just like maybe instead of 1K, it can be 2K. But then on that call with JP after my sports was banned, he said that I should not be even aiming for like, because I think on my first call with Tom, it was like a 20K a year. But then JP laughed and said like, nah, we should be going for more.
Yeah.
And then I was like, how much more? And he said 50K the first year. And I'm like, I don't think so. But then again, I see other people and I say like, if other people can make it, I can.
I've made that in a month.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, it's just that when I think about it, it would be lying saying I'm not doing it for the money, but I'm just thinking what that money could provide me and my family.
The thing is though, once we go through over this next few months, you have the kind of knowledge to use this for the rest of your life. Like I haven't really bet myself in the last year or so, but the knowledge I have is set me up for life. Like I can pick this up in whatever I wanted. Like there's always gonna be some kind of betting market around, whether it be Australians with promos or whatever. Like I know how to make money non-promo, I know how to make money trading on Betfair, I know how to make money doing sign-up bonuses in the United States. Like there's gonna be some opportunity always around with it. So it's just having that knowledge, take it into any other market, which is gonna be huge for like, what do you do? Because obviously you like just experimenting with shit and gaining that knowledge. So this is what a massive part of this will be. Yeah, nice. So with the bankroll thing, reason I asked is obviously that does play an effect in it. The more bankroll you have, the easier it makes things like happen. But it'll get to a point where, like I'm not just going to say you're going to use all your bankroll in a short period of time, but it may get to a point where you progress fast enough and you want more bankroll. So
that's the comment I heard.
That'll get to a point where you can either keep pushing with whatever you have and it'll just be slower progress, but if you add more bankroll to it, then obviously you can speed up your process.
Yeah, I think that having a little bit of additional results will...
Yeah, but that's what you can do at that time.
Exactly.
Like when it comes to that point, then you can change that then.
Because the good thing is that having like good results, it's like, hey, look, this is what I made. Let's chuck in an extra 2, an extra 3, an extra 5. Because I was speaking with one member as well, mentorship as well, and he said, my issue right now is I need more money. Like, the more money you put in, the more money you make. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, okay. I guess...
Who were you speaking with?
Fudge.
Yeah, okay.
He told me that. And he was really funny because I said like, hey, what are your thoughts after 1 month of mentorship? And he said, I only made 7K. I should have made 10. And I was like, when I read I only made 7K, I'm like, dude, you made more than 95% of Australians, I don't know, like in a month.
Have made ever in betting in their whole life. Yeah.
And it's just like, you just think like the standards are so high that even making 7K is only making 7K.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, if I make 5K, that's a huge thing for my family. But I know that if I make 5K and I don't take out money, but I input a little bit more money, it will have like a little bit of a snowball effect, and maybe 6 months from now, I might be doing 6K. 10K or whatever it is.
Yeah. So he spoke highly of it, Fudge?
Sorry?
He spoke highly of the mentorship? Yeah. Was he a reason, like a bigger reason you jumped into it? Or?
I had I was already, let's say, verbally, and we had agreed to everything, but it was just like, I just wanted like that extra opinion of someone. Again, think he's pretty smart, he's pretty good dude, whatever. It was just like, I want someone that has the experience, like the opinion. Yeah. Because sometimes what can happen is someone could have paid for platinum, for example, and they say it's not worth it. But did they really use it to its fully, like to their fullest and to their max potential? Potentially not. Yeah. Because otherwise it's just a matter of literally just following some horses, turning on bonuses, and you're making money, creating new accounts, deposits. That's like the basic you would get. Yeah. So it was just like having someone who I would know that is trying to push to its fullest. Yeah. And that I had spoken previously, because there's like another J2Bs, I think it's G2. Yeah. He seems pretty good dude on Discord, but I have never chatted with him. So I just didn't feel like coming into him and saying like, hey, what do you think about this? Yeah. So yeah, that's why I reached out to Fudger.
Yeah. Nice. Fuck. Bit to learn. Well, what's good about the bloke I met previously today too is you're both very new to it. So you don't really have any kind of, I guess, habits or anything we have to change. There's not really a whole lot I actually have to learn about what you're doing currently, because I can kind of mold you into what I want you to do. Now, I was speaking about like what the top like people I work with, why are they better than others? It generally comes down to what they try and take out of it. Like I essentially do the same thing for everyone. Obviously individualize it, but most people, we're getting the same treatment as other people. So why do some people take it higher than others, and why do some people go nowhere with it? It's purely just down to how much you want to take out of me, essentially. So I'll have guys like Fudger, honestly, he messages me every day. I'll speak to him twice a week, and we've basically been through all the content that we wanted to get through. We're coming up with new methods. Like, it's just, he's always on me to try and better himself. He's doing, like, I tell him what to do and tell him this is what we're progressing towards, but he goes out and does his own shit on top of that and tries and makes more of what we've been through. Now, he's not yet there at one of my most, like, in terms of how much guys are making, but I guarantee in 6 months' time he'll be like top 5 who I'm working with, and that's just because he has that drive to keep pushing and keep trying to learn. He's got a job with the boys now. Like, he's just, because he's trying to contact new people, trying to speak to new people, trying to always keep learning rather than just doing the bare minimum. It's like, if I tell you to do something, you go do that. Yeah, sweet. But what excels people is when you go do stuff on top of that. And I've found that's the most common thing between all the like top people I work with. They're always just trying to keep better and bettering themselves. Whereas the ones who just take it for the bare minimum generally see worse results than the other guys.
Yeah, 100%. I think I'm more of an, I don't know if the word is overachiever, but I always try to thrive myself to go further. That, I guess, proves everything, like, proves in everything I've done.
Yeah.
Not necessarily to like show off, but like for my own personal, I guess, personality, I just like winning.
Yeah.
And winning for me is being the best.
Yeah.
Like, if I ask you you know who Michael Phelps is, right? Yeah. Do you know who's the second one? Same goes for, like, do you know who Usain Bolt is? Yeah. Do you know who's the second one?
I know sprinting. I know all the sprinters because they're the best athletes on the planet, the sprinters.
But like, who's the second one?
Johan Blake, Tyson Gay.
After, like, but did they compete with Usain Bolt?
Oh,
okay.
Justin Gatlin.
Okay. So sprinters doesn't count. But
I don't get your point. Yeah, I get your point. Yeah.
So basically, what I try to say is nobody remembers the second one. Always, everyone remembers like the best one, for example. So it's just a matter of, it doesn't mean that I want to be remembered. Like, I don't care. Yeah. But it's just like, I want to be the best. I want to be. And I guess also what happens is that when I'm passionate about something, it's absurd the amount of time and effort I put into it. Yeah. Call it Lego. I then start studying all the Lego sets, and I know which ones to buy, when to buy them, why, because they have these minifigures, anything. Yeah. If you tell me Pokemon cards, then I'll start doing a lot of that, because those type of things like are also like passions for me. Yeah. And when I discovered match betting...
So obviously you really like match betting as well?
Oh, yeah. Like I consume, my afternoons are match betting. Yeah. And I like it. It's not as...
You don't have kids, do you?
No, my partner, she has one. Yeah. But it's like, again, she supports me 100%, so it's extremely
So
simple.
you're part-time father for that kid as well?
Yeah. But again, not, especially let's say on a Saturday that we go out and things like that. But apart from that, it's, you don't need more time, like, unless you're converting bonuses, but converting bonuses is easy. You just need to see your phone, like your screen, okay, these matches, I'll do these. Wait for the next race.
So what time do you put into your betting, like in terms of like what's your work hours and then what's your match betting hours?
I guess
just generally, obviously it changes.
The second part of the week, so Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is when I convert all my bonuses.
Yeah.
The Monday and Tuesday.
But you're working in the day.
Yeah. So I work. Oh, like in match betting, you mean?
Yeah. So like, what's your work hours?
Oh, work hours Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, like. And
then you match bet outside of that whenever, pretty much. Yeah.
Exactly. No, never at work because again we're working. But after that, maybe, the second part of the week, I'll do bonus conversion. I do plays on the mornings, my Dutches, and that daily. Yeah. I always like taking 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is. It's something I enjoy.
So up nice and early?
Exactly. Oh yeah, I always wake up before 5:30. Always. Yeah. Like winter, summer, whatever it is, my body just wakes up. This Sunday, I woke up at 6:15 and I actually thought I was oversleeping, like it's ridiculous. I cannot sleep more than 5:30.
Really? I wish.
All my life.
I wish.
Yeah, because my school back in Colombia, I had to wake up at 5 a.m. to go daily to school. Yeah. So I guess my body just knows that waking up early. I go to bed like at 9:30 though. Like that's 10 p.m. I'm already sleeping. I'm 30, but I feel like that type of thing. I'm like a parent, you know, like my Saturdays, Fridays are extremely chill, movie night, you know, something like that. I don't go out, I don't party, I don't drink.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty
Grind.
yeah, nice, I guess.
Head down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the time I use, or my time I like using for learning, looking at any passion I have at the moment.
Yep.
Right now it's match betting, and I think, speaking for example with my partner, she said that I change too much and that I don't complete like anything because I find something new and then it's just I stop this and I need to deep dive into this because I just found it so good and then I start crushing it.
And then you don't make it fully in that section.
Exactly.
And so it's funny, the last bloke he said to me is like, I think match betting is the one where I stick at it and do it for a long period of time because it's like I've done crypto, I've done trading, I've done eBay. It's just like I do it for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and then I give it up because it's not working. I'm not going very good at it. And then I'm like, oh, I'm telling my friends I'm doing something new now, and they're like, they think it's like I can't stick with one thing. So it's like I want to kind of prove it to myself and prove it to everyone else that I can do this one thing and be successful.
I would steal his words because it's also I guess the same thing with my partner, which I'm saying this one I have a feeling about this one. I know I've said that about all of them, but it's just that this one just feels different. It's another because it's what I mentioned. It's beating the house.
Yeah.
We're beating the house technically. So it's something that has an additional passion, and I mean the passion goes all the way back in which I even developed a statistical model to find the winner on a soccer match in the Premier League. You know, like I never worked on that model ever again, but maybe I don't know if I could pick it up again. Maybe I could find something, but it goes to that point to which I just like everything. I also like creating community, so I created my helping a friend create like his own punting community.
Yeah.
But it's not punting in the sense, I mean, it's gambling, yes, but it's logical gambling and using the statistical advantage to our side.
Yeah.
Right now we're using baseball, and actually it's doing pretty good. It's free, but we just, again, chat around, play around with the games and see, okay, this one's home. So the probability of a sweep, which means the away team beating the home team on baseball, is like 22%. Grab one of the big dogs, more than likely they won't get beat. So there's different strategies with that. I don't know, things like that. And the group is up like 12 units or whatever. I don't actually even follow necessarily those tips that we send. But it's fun seeing other people happy because, hey, like I made, I don't know, $50, I made $20, whatever. In what I always say, it's on a responsible way.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing it irresponsibly, then it's not good. If you're doing it responsibly, you're doing it for fun. I punt with my dad because he likes NBA.
Yeah.
So he said like, hey, Santi, which one do you think we should be doing? And I'm like, I don't know, let's do the Wolves because, you know, the new player, whatever, and so on and so forth. Simplify it, but I do more study. I literally watch the numbers, I see the trends, these are the points inside, like a little bit more in depth, watch videos, read articles, everything. And then I tell him like, hey, we should bet for this team. And then we have fun watching the game. And what I mean, he bets literally $7, like that's the currency conversion. And I bet $10 per game, which is just fun, like bondage. It's not harming anyone. $10 is not going to break my bank. And we're actually up.
Yeah.
We eventually will be down, more than likely. But right now it's fun because we've had some good time with that. And again, if I see numbers, I just like numbers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How are you finding Australia over Colombia?
Calm, way more calm, more secure. Like there's more security. We couldn't even be doing this in Colombia, to be honest. It's
with the cameras out.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I think Tom has been to Colombia. He said that his favorite place was Medellin. I read on the Discord. Interesting place. Actually, I've never been to Medellin.
Yeah.
Being a Colombian, I don't like that culture. But
what do you mean? What's different about it, the culture there?
Their personalities are different. Yeah. My city is 2,600 meters above sea level.
Yeah.
We're cold people. Heartwarming, but cold. Whereas in Medellin, it's this type of weather, and they're always like happy and You know, it's just like they speak too much. Also, they try to sell you everything. It's their culture, their little
A
culture.
bit like not safe place.
Colombia as a whole. Yeah. There's a lot
Even
of.
as a Colombian.
Yeah. I mean, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, that 1 week before he was coming, a guy dressed up as, the AFP. He dressed up as the AFP. Hey, can I get your papers to see one thing, whatever? Now give me your phone, give me your wedding band, like everything. Not even like with a gun, but like they get a 70-year-old person to just hand them over the things because 5 against 1.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, it's even for Colombians, you need to know where to walk, what time of the day to walk, who to speak to. But it's a great place.
Yeah.
If you remove the security factor, it's a great place. Everything's cheap, everything's fun, people are great, food is the best. It's just security reasons, I think.
What about like the nature and like?
Oh,
Yeah.
we have everything. So our avocados.
I really want to go. I was actually trying. I was trying to learn Spanish, but I spent probably 3-4 months learning Spanish. I know little bits, but not great. Because I want to actually spend some time in Spanish-speaking countries.
But yeah, for example, Colombia it's great. It's cheap.
Yeah.
Again, food is the best. It's just absurd food. People are great. Nature-wise, you'll find anything. You'll find from beaches all the way to
Rainforests and
yes, rainforest. But
cocaine farms.
actually, the thing about cocaine in Colombia is that people have the notion that it's Colombia, but now it's Mexico.
Yeah. Okay.
So the issue right now is that Mexico is what Pablo Escobar used to do, like let's say 34 years ago with Pablo Escobar. People think that's Colombia still, but no, that's Mexico right now.
Yeah.
Colombia is not like, I mean, there's of course that, there's a lot of violence, there's like, the issue that people here, especially let's say we're on the Gold Coast, the, I guess, capital of cocaine here in Australia, to be honest. And people don't understand that what you buy here for, I've heard $300 for like a gram or so. Fun fact, I've never even seen it. I'm Colombian, I've never even seen it because you just don't mess with the wrong people, let's say. What you get here for $300 is, in Colombia, it's $10.
Yeah.
But those $290 means deaths. Like the process to bring that from there to here means a lot of families lost their parents, lost their kids, are being like slaves. I don't want to be part of that. I think people still think that for 1 hour of fun or whatever that lasts, it's good. But they don't think the impact that's causing in a...
For that to actually have that product, yeah.
Especially, again, imagine you spending $300 for just... I mean, anyone spends their money to each their own, but just think about that you're basically paying for someone to die.
Yeah. For that product to be made and get to you, like taking it alone is a bad thing, but then the consequences of actually getting the product is...
So again, it depends on where you go to Colombia, you'll get offered some, but on a commercial way. Of course, you look not Colombian, so everything for you will be more expensive. That's how it is. Like,
but cheaper because of Australian dollars.
Yes, but let's say, for example, a beer for me might be $2, but for you it might be $4. You know, like...
I look
like
Colombian, what do you mean?
Especially when you start speaking hola. But yeah, it's just, I guess, the way it is. Like, if you buy...
No hablo español?
At least you know that one. No, and more people in Colombia speak English more than you know.
Yeah.
Again, it depends on where you're going, but more people than you would recognize would speak.
Yeah, or some English.
Yeah, because we've always been told that if we don't know English, we're no one, basically. So since I was 6, I started speaking English.
Yeah.
Again, I will always have my accent, but that's part of what I am, and I don't want to change that.
Yeah.
And start
Well, you'll
speaking.
lose it slightly.
Yes, and no, what I've got was like the phrases you guys use, like, hey mate, I would say like good morning usually, because I learned the US English.
Yeah.
Cheers, I say thank you. Afternoon, arvo, things like that.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of adapting. And eventually some things you end up losing and start adapting, but it's part of the process. It's part of being an immigrant, which I think it's a great experience. Everyone should experience immigrating for more than a year. To any country, doesn't matter. But just like not feeling local.
Yeah.
It's great not feeling
Yeah,
local.
last year I went solo traveling around, I went to Bangkok, Laos and the Philippines. Like Laos is crazy, third world country, no one speaks English there. It's just different.
And it's
The experience you get.
great, exactly, because people, on my first job, I was astonished. People didn't even know where Colombia was.
Yeah.
They didn't even know it was a country. And I'm like, you know Pablo Escobar, you know all of that, but you haven't even figured out where it's on a map. You haven't taken your time to figure out it's on a map, which is just like...
Oh, mate, some people are stupid, like don't know
And it was-
basic geography or like,
Yeah, it was...
especially Americans.
And it was literally, I was like, holy, like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with these people? They don't even know. Ask me any country, I'll even tell you like the flag,
Yeah.
you know, but people just, I don't know, they don't care.
Yeah. Oh, it's because I think Australians, like, this is top of the world kind of thing. It's like, what's better than this? Why would I... Like, my friends back home will always be like, they won't leave their kind of area. It's like a Southern Shire Council area. They won't leave that area for the rest of their lives. They'll travel once a year to maybe a different, like, they'll go drive down the coast for 2 hours and go spend a week there.
Yeah.
They'll leave the country maybe 3 times in their life, go to like Fiji or Bali or something like that, but they'll never go out and experience any other lifestyles.
And
or
especially looking how other people live. Australians don't know how fortunate they are just for being born here.
Yeah.
Like having this is, people are fortunate. Like literally, they don't understand. They won a lottery,
Yeah.
the genetical lottery that made them be born here. Here you guys have this in healthcare. If you don't have a job, you can even apply for some, I guess, money to be given by the taxpayers, which I hate because even though I'm an immigrant, I still pay taxes. And
Yeah.
it's like, whatever. If I could do it, they could do it. But some other people decide not to do it. But it's just a matter of
you can get like $500 a week for doing nothing.
just for going to, I remember once I was told that somebody went to like a GYG for an interview and they said like, hey, I'm here just for you to sign this paper that I came here, but I'm not interested in this job. Can you please sign it? There you go. And they went. And why? Because they need to do that to get those
payments, yeah.
additional payments, which I find absurd because again, here in Australia, I've done Uber Eats, DoorDash. I've done restaurants, cleaned maybe for like a month. You know, I've done
Everything, yeah.
everything. Back in Colombia, I was, let's say, high class. Here, I've done anything,
Yeah.
which has built me to be the man that I am now.
Is it kind of like a refreshing, like having to be in that perspective?
100%. I think, especially I remember that I was like flipping chicken, and I was like, dude, I'm from the best school in Colombia, literally the best school, like private education type of thing. I came from the best university in Colombia, and here in Australia, that means nothing.
Yeah.
Like whatever I did
got
my
from
last
here to-
18 years,
Yeah.
that means nothing. I'm here flipping chicken to be put into a burrito, you know, like, and I was happier flipping chicken
Yeah.
than I was on my corporate job back in Colombia. And that was like a light bulb moment of, I should just stay here.
It's because you're like learning and experiencing.
Exactly. And I found out that people, all of us are exactly the same. All of us will die. And we'll die with nothing, literally. We die, we don't take anything. So just live to your fullest, but also plan ahead.
That's what I was like speaking to my friends back home. They just know they've got it good, but don't want to experience anything else. Whereas like now that I've experienced third world countries, I enjoy that. Like I don't know why, but like there's a part of you just it's new and it's a thrill in it.
And it's finding how other people live.
Yeah.
People don't know that. Like,
Yeah.
it just,
It's funny you say that. You're going down, so you're going like higher class. I'm going lower class, and it's still the same experience.
let's say I'm experiencing the opposite that you're experiencing, and nonetheless, it's still a great experience.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's just a matter of putting yourself in another situation and just losing. As I said, I was on a bubble. I was extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
But once you seek discomfort, new opportunities come. If I hadn't literally traveled 40 hours in a plane to come here to Australia 6 years ago, we wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't know my partner. I wouldn't have my current job.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows, I would be streaming still FIFA, but I would be unhappy. I don't know what could be
Is
happening.
your partner Colombian?
Yeah, she's Colombian as well.
Bet you found her here.
Yeah, we met here in Australia.
Why did you go to Brisbane? What was the...
So well, Sydney was too expensive, Melbourne was too expensive. I was like, okay, let me try get like a mid-range, not like Adelaide type of thing. I don't want like 1 million people. For me, it was devastating when I came to Brisbane and everything closed like at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand that. I come from a city where everything closes at 9 p.m. So it was like a groundbreaking. But also that uni QT had like a scholarship type of thing, like a 20% scholarship because of like a conjunction thing with my uni back home. So I had like an additional 20% discount for the first year. And I was like, good enough for me. I mean, I wanted University of Queensland because it's higher rated. But again, now, this point in my life, that's worthless.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
I think it's just, education is important up to a point.
I didn't go to uni.
Exactly. I don't know if it's relevant now.
Not, as an Australian, not going to university for me was the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, exactly. But for example, you guys have so easy to go to uni with that HEX thing. I know that eventually a lot, like people end up paying that for like 30 years, but just having the ability to go and don't worry to university, it's great. Like people in Colombia, they would have to work and study and do.
It's funny though, in Australia, you're almost worse off going to university than you are if you don't go to university. Just funny.
And the thing is that, I guess, depends on the type of job you want, but I'm a true believer of self-learning. But there's nothing better than guided learning.
Yeah.
You can self-learn, and I guess that's part of the mentorship. You can self-learn, but there's a part that
Yeah, you can't.
like you
don't
don't
know
have
it,
access to.
Yeah.
So someone needs to come
Bridge it,
and like
yeah.
bridge you into that part.
What do you expect from me in this mentorship?
Transparency,
Yeah.
I guess, like being a right hand, like, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, or maybe try this, or maybe do this. But also, I guess, some sort of a structure.
Yeah.
Again,
You
not
have exactly that.
not I guess more methods, but more than the methods is how can I optimize, say, from a 6 hour that I'm spending a week, maybe to a 4 hours, but getting more results.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking that's possible as well. So yeah, part of that, I guess, it's also
Yep.
yeah, and answering questions, just more than likely you'll see me asking a lot. I guess you've seen me asking a lot on Discord and things like that. But again, it's just because I don't think there's stupid questions.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of people might not know something, and just by me asking, I now know it, and then I can teach it to someone else, and so on.
Yep.
So I think it's just a matter of just the process itself of structure. It would be great, for example, I remember when I was speaking with JP, he told me that there were like several classes, let's say, that we would be going through. But for those ones, then I was thinking it would be great also to have like for the next 6 weeks, this is what we're going to do.
So it won't be as like that. It's more so say I'll let you book in for your lesson 1, which will go through that, and that's going to give you clear kind of goals and like something to work towards from that. Once you achieve that, or we set it at a certain point, be like, all right, you can book in your next call because you're ready for the next thing. And it kind of all flows on from there. So once you complete one thing, it kind of opens you up to the opportunity to do the next thing. So you literally know exactly what you have to do to get to the next point. And it's like a progression, so you're not kind of taking on board information you can't use, essentially.
Okay, that would be great.
Because if I just gave you everything now, we sat here for fucking 15 hours and gave you everything, you'd forget half of it, and you'd be like, what the fuck do I do?
I think the first step that I was actually speaking with Wemby, actually, I know like the other 3 guys, because again, I told JP, I knew exactly who everyone was today, Nambo, Wemby, and I, just because I observed, and I found out that they were the people. Again, before I started, I thought that non-promo bets were just global. Racing, sports bet, don't care.
Yeah.
But then I found out it's important. And one of my issues is having like promo bet, like non-promo racing bets. I think because of time. So if I was able to convert my bonuses more efficiently, I could dedicate Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which are the days I dedicate for
Bonuses.
towards non-promos to help keep my accounts. My accounts right now are pretty well. I haven't had a ban apart from that BetNation one that I understand why, so I'm not complaining. It is what it is. Too bad it was BetNation, but whatever, doesn't matter. So yeah, I guess it's just a matter of more efficiency, but like a structure. Say, I remember speaking with Fudge, he told me that you would also even not provide, but that I would chalk in which bookies I have, and then we might discuss like for these bookies use this unit size, for these ones do that one, and so on. And I guess planning in the future, because I always like to plan, say 6 months from now, my unit size is 100. How to be efficient with 100, because it's like, what happens, I have BetM, for example, which is one of my favorite like bookies because it's pretty easy to maintain. I've even withdrawn and all good. But with them, it's just like up to 25. So if my unit size is 100, then for one race I should be, rushing into not interested in going to 50 yet. Unless you tell me to. For the horses. The sports, I think it's also easier because it just takes 5 minutes to do. It just doesn't take long. Whereas the horses, sometimes I'm on the shopping center and I get the ping. I even chuck it in, and then at home I track everything, and I still have all my plans, so I know, okay, round week race 3, all done, boom, boom, boom. But yeah, it's just a matter of
efficiency.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything you want to know about me that you don't?
Yes. Why AFL?
Why AFL?
Yeah. Because in Australia, or at least in Brisbane, it's more popular NRL. So why did you choose NFL? ARL.
Well, AFL is the biggest sport in the country. If you've been to Melbourne, South Australia, Adelaide, it's even Brisbane's a very big team too. Like they sell out their stadium every game.
Yeah, I tried going to one game, but it was expensive, and I was like, I don't understand what's happening. So.
And then even the NRL can't sell out a game in Brisbane, but the AFL sold it every week. AFL is by far the biggest sport in the country. But the reason I grew up playing it and following it is because my family is from Collingwood originally. Collingwood's a team in the AFL. Dad.
And are you a fan of Collingwood?
Yes. Dad's followed Collingwood his whole life. He moved to Sydney. My mum was an NRL supporter. Got her to follow AFL. She followed Collingwood. I was born, started watching footy.
So your whole life?
Yep. Yep. Started playing when I was younger. Like my whole area, no one plays AFL where I grew up. But.
And I guess the next question, if you would have to say in one phrase or whatever, what do you know that I don't know about match betting? Can you summarize it? Like what do you know that makes you make 5K like this that I don't?
Put it this way, like how long have you been in the betting space?
Match betting or betting?
Just betting generally?
4 months, 5 months.
Yeah. So when I finished school, even before I finished school, instead of going to uni or working a job or something else, I was betting, match betting, business, money, betting. That's my whole life since then, for 3+ years now. So how much information do I know? How much information do you think you learn about a topic if you dedicate your whole life to it for 3.5 years?
I mean, yeah, it's the same as if I was talking about statistical analysis or something like that, yeah. But then I guess I'll try to, is it about methods? Is it about knowing what to bet? Is it about turning it over?
It's just everything. Methods, and then you have methods of efficiency. There's just everything. I don't know how to put that in a simple answer. It's just.
Or I guess then, the mentorship. Are we going to be betting or placing bets apart from horse system and sports system? Are those bets going to be found by me or guided by you so that I can find them?
Yeah, you'll learn how to find your own non-promo bets, and there's so many different styles of non-promo betting you can be doing.
And non-promo bets that give me a profit, or non-promo bets?
There's 2 different types. There's non-promo bets for defense, so they're more of a break-even type bet, and then you've got your non-promo for profit, which are aiming to profit off the bets, and then they're probably not as good for defense because if you're how do I put it? So if you're placing bets that are breaking even or a small loss, the bookies can obviously see like how much you're beating the lines by, how much you're beating the prices by, so they know they're not profitable bets kind of thing, or they know they're not going to get hammered on them. But if you're placing bets that are beating the closing prices or beating the closing lines, beating the markets, they know that they're eventually going to profit, so they're worse off for your account than they would be. So they're two very different styles of bets. Like you can, but you would, like, it's not advised to use profitable non-promo bets as defense for your accounts.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. Okay. Let's consider that as if it was arbitrage betting type of thing, in which I got the good closing line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a different style of non-promo betting to defense non-promo betting.
Okay. And realistically...
But then there's hundreds of strategies within those branches, like
which we'll basically find out and talk about it. Perfect. So it would be good to have like a roadmap. I'm really structured.
Yeah.
And I really like A, B, C, -1, -2, -3. Like if you even see my emails are like bullet points with a sub-bullet point. Extremely structured. Like really nerd type of thing.
Yeah.
I guess, is there like a pathway as a, let's create this set of accounts, these 10 bookies. These 10 are the ones you must have. If you create the other 10, just grab the money and go. Like deposit on bonuses and go. If there's something like that, it happened for me with GoldBet, because I heard GoldBet was really good with like deposit offers. Like if you lose the money, thing is GoldBet just kept winning and winning and winning and winning. And I was like, it went to $700 and I was like, I need the money to put onto the new accounts. I withdrew everything. I never ever even got like...
Basically, you'll know how to make your own kind of structures out, what are we doing. That's basically the bulk of what I get through today. I guess from here, what we'll do is I'll send you my booking link for my calendar, so you can just book in a call whenever you want to have our first lesson. And then from there, like that's just basically operate as you would, as I was saying before, till then. And then from that, you'll know exactly where we're going and what you're doing, what you're working on. And then feel free to contact me on my Telegram. I'll shoot you a message sometime when I'm on the plane or whatever. That's my Telegram, just message me on there. I'll reply whenever I can. My schedule, I'm pretty much open whenever, apart from, in terms of replying to messages or on calls, apart from Tuesday, Thursday nights, and I'm pretty much out all day Saturday. But apart from that, I'm all yours.
Playing footy?
Yeah. I'm on my phone, but like if I'm on my phone, I'll reply. But if I'm not, then that's why. Because I'm generally like we play at 2:30 every week, and you drive out there, you're there at 12, and then you play, and you got to go in the club after, and
100%.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. We're going to have a good time.
That was very good. So he's a different character. He's moved to Australia 6 years ago, and he's just a full-on. Loves the hustle. He's been into absolutely everything, and now match betting is his new kind of gig that he wants to take to the next level. Similar to the last bloke, similar to Wemby, he's hasn't really done it for very long. He's been in it for 3-4 months now, and he's made 2K, I think, total. But he knows what's possible. He's seen the podcast, seen it for himself, and he just fully wants to take it to the next level. There's quite a few people like him nowadays. I'm noticing there's more and more people just trying to take it for what it is, rather than waste time and energy and just get shit done properly. And at the end of the day, it's guys like him who are going to be making all the money. They're stacking up nicely now.
So hopefully you enjoyed that insight as to what it looks like to be a member being onboarded in the mentorship program. If you want to catch the full vlog, you can watch it here. If you're interested to know a little bit more about what some other members are doing in the mentorship program and how they're progressing, you can catch the full mentorship program playlist right here. Cheers.